Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Sid Kid is finally out, so let's talk about it. She is nothing like what I expected. I originally did suspect it's going to be a waifu mech, not just a pure robot. But in terms of gameplay, it's nothing like Firefly, let's put it that way. It's more about her being on a mobility scooter and Sid Senior, the robot, being used for certain attacks and I guess for the ultimate as well. And the animations are quite interesting because not only she fights from this mobility scooter, she also rides inside of the mech and also outside of the mech, like on top of the mech. So it's kind of interesting, but I do understand if some people don't like this, because if you just watch the original teaser, this is not exactly what you expected to end up being. But nevertheless, it seems to be a very fun character, and the gameplay, at least the prototype of it, we already played from the Bangbu event with the mechs. That was pretty much the prototype. We used to joke a lot about it, but it turns out to be pretty much real in that regard. But nevertheless, let's go over Sid Kit. I'm sure a lot of you guys have questions whether she's gonna work with SANBY or is it better with Orphe and so on. So let's begin first with her stats. She's an S-rank attack electric character. As you notice, she does not get critical rate increase from her core skill level up. It's primarily going to be critical damage increase. We'll start first with her basic attack, just so you have a little idea how she kind of looks like, plays, and then we're gonna hop over to the core passive. So for the basic attack, like I already said, you will fight on this mobility scooter. She will perform attacks through it. She does have like stealth cannons in stealth mode next to her, or let's say above her, that will also fire and stuff. Of course, also Sid Senior does show up, for example, with the basic attack Mecha Rush Punch. After the fourth segment of her regular basic attack or X special attack, dodge counter, quick assist follow up, you can activate it by holding or tapping, and you will summon the mecha to perform this charge rush punch. You could also kind of think it like a stand. If you watch JoJo, it's kind of like a stand in a way, you know? You fight with it and maybe sometimes you go inside of it, I guess. Smile. So yeah, it's interesting. You do also have, of course, attack interruption resistance while performing this move. As for the next basic attack, it's pretty much tied to her core passive skill, so we'll skip this one for now and hop back to it later. She also does have a basic attack that will perform off-field, specifically on-field characters' heavy attacks. Whenever they hit the target, of course, will trigger one Mecha Assault Punch, which can trigger at most twice every 15 seconds. From my understanding, this should be Aftershock. But now let's jump over to her core passive ability. But before that, I would like to let you know that a lot of you guys who watch me are not subscribed. If you'd like to support this small channel, feel free to subscribe. It's completely free of charge. Smile. And now let's continue with her core passive. Core passive of Sid has multiple things going for. Sid can have a maximum of 150 points of hit value, and she will gain hit value whenever she deals damage. And if you have at least 120 points of hit value, after activating basic attack Mecha Rush Punch, you will have the ability to go into a powerful follow-up combo, basic attack Mecha Combo Attack, which will consume 120 hit points upon successful activation. And also, all of Sid overcharge punches will deal 25% increased damage and also ignore 25% of the enemy electric damage resistance. Before I hop on to the basic attack thing, let's finish the rest of the core passive because it's quite important. The attack character with the highest attack in the team besides Sid becomes the partner. Sid will gain 750% of the partner attack and 50% critical damage, not exceeding 0.5 attack, and gains 50% critical damage. And also, when the partner consumes energy, Sid will gain 20% of the consumed energy as hit value. So this is another avenue how to get more hit. How much attack and critical damage specifically you will need to max it out completely? It should be 3000 attack on the partner character and 100% critical damage if you want max buff. But I assume that even if you don't have the max buff, it should still be pretty strong nevertheless. So now let's go back to the basic attack, and actually there is a correction. It is electric energy, not hit value. Actually, I'm not even sure why it was written hit value there, and it just kind of confused me a bit. But nevertheless, it is electric energy, and if you do have enough electric energy, 120 points, you'll be able to perform this basic attack. And this basic attack deals quite a lot of damage. So it seems to me she has quite nice burst moments where she'll be performing a lot of damage in one specific time frame, ideally within stuns. Now let's go over the additional ability. Best team, nice name. This additional ability does have a very steep requirement, but if you do fulfill it, it's pretty strong. When Sid as the active character deals damage, she will restore 2.5 energy points for the partner, and guess which partner is gonna appreciate a lot of these energy points? Well, you'll figure out in a moment, because the partner X special attack will have a 30% damage increase boost. And the current ideal partner for Sid seems to be Orphe, because Orphe does specifically do X special attack damage, like she's heavily into that. Do remember that SANBY does do primarily damage with special attacks, not X special attacks. So unless if they change this, I would say at first impression, it seems to me that Orphe is the better option for Sid as best in slot. Of course, there will also be other changes throughout the weeks and perhaps something changes, but as of right now, that is my initial impression. Now let's go over her special and X special attack. Her regular special attack is just from her mobility scooter, Smile. Her X special ability is flight mode. You'll be able to fly with Sid Senior. You'll be able to completely control in 4 directions where to fly and go. You'll also perform barrages, which will attack enemies automatically. Of course, during this mode, you will be continuously consuming energy, and once you consume 40 energy points during a single flight, you will automatically trigger full bullet discharged, followed by a charged rush punch. Also, it seems that you can cancel the X special flight mode earlier and still perform a full bullet discharge. So if you don't have enough energy, you'll still get at least one. But ideally, from what I see, you probably will want to have a lot of energy lined up so you can perform multiple full bullet discharges. But nevertheless, it does look pretty cool. And lastly, we have chain attack and ultimate. I guess I could also quickly mention quick assist, defensive assist, and all that stuff. From what I've seen, it seems to be pretty much standard quick assist, defensive assist stuff. Nothing out of the ordinary. And now finally, let's talk about chain attack and ultimate. Chain attack, Mecha Princess Carry, very interesting name. Chain attack itself, nothing out of the ordinary. As for the ultimate, you will enter the mecha and you'll have a first-person view. You'll be able to launch millions of bullets at enemies in front. I thought it was rockets, but okay. Also, you'll be able to move within this state, and after its activation you restore 60 points of electric energy, and it will also increase seed damage by 50% for 20 seconds. You'll also have invincibility effect during the execution of this move. The damage buff duration it's quite long, 20 seconds, that's quite a long time. And of course we also have her signature V engine. Seed signature V engine provides 24% critical rate and base attack of 713. The passive will provide you 35 critical damage, and when she deals damage with the basic attack, X special attack, she can gain 1 stack of enhancement effect respectively, and each stack increases the electric damage dealt by the wearer by 12%, stacking up to 2 layers, which does last for 30 seconds. Each layer of course is calculated independently. Just as a heads up, you do need to perform a basic attack and X special attack to gain 2 stacks. For example, just doing 2 basic attacks is not gonna get you 2 stacks, but this should be a very easy requirement for her. And also, when you do have 2 stacks of this enhancement effect, her basic attack and ultimate will ignore 20% of the enemy defense when dealing damage. This could be quite strong pairing up with trigger signature V engine if you do play trigger within the team, as you get more defense, ignore defense shred. Could be very powerful, right? Sid is also getting a new dedicated drive disc set. For 2-piece set, bonus increases damage dealt by basic attacks by 15%, and 4-piece increases damage dealt by basic attacks by 20%, and when the wearer is an attack character, activating X special or ultimate will further increase the damage dealt by basic attack by an additional 25% for 25 seconds. Nice numbers. So yeah, she does have also a dedicated set. It's looking pretty good. We also do have a nice Sid TLDR. Feel free to pause the screen if you want to read it in more detail. Now I'll share my thoughts regarding Sid. As I predicted, it seems to be the case where she's gonna be best in slot with Orphe. As for the third teammate, looks like it's gonna be Trigger. There might be some other teammates there as well, but as of right now, I believe Trigger, Orphe, Sid is probably gonna be the team to go for Sid. And speaking of Orphe, we do also have a nice TLDR of Orphe kit. If you missed out her kit or you don't know what she does, once again, feel free to pause it if you want to read it in more detail. But as of right now, I don't see SANBY being best in slot or necessarily quote-unquote made for Sid, because Sid doesn't really have Aftershock or much Aftershock stuff going at all. It is true that SANBY would easily meet the partner requirements of attack and critical damage, but even if you don't max those buffs, I think it's gonna be good nevertheless, because having that additional ability which does boost a lot of X special attack will heavily benefit Orphe and Magus, of course, because they're all about doing that X special attack, which does do quite a lot of damage. And also, before you think about playing Sid, SANBY, and Orphe together, it's not gonna work because Orphe additional ability requires stun or support agent, so you cannot play triple attack if you wanted to do that. So you'll have to pretty much play with a stunner or support, because additional ability of Orphe is very important. Without it, I don't think she's gonna function that well at all. But of course, there will be more changes and things can of course change. But as of right now, I'm very confident that the way to go for Sid, if you like wanna have a strong Sid, is going to be with Orphe 100%. But the question is now, who's gonna be the third partner? Is it still gonna be Trigger? Maybe some Astra, Jufufu? Like, I still think it's probably gonna be a stunner, because you will want to get stuns and do your damage within stun windows. But who knows? Perhaps there might be an angle with the support as well. Also, guys, let me know in the comments down below what you think about Sid animations. Do you like it or you don't like it? And also let me know what you think about SANBY situation, whether you're okay that by the looks of it, Sid/Orphe are not necessarily best in slot or go-to characters for SANBY necessarily. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. As always, I wish you a wonderful day and see you in the next video. Ciao!